G'day everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching today. Is it RIP? Is the crypto bull run over, or is it going to be over soon? We're going to answer those questions and a whole lot more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help this channel get out to more people, and it does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments. You take the time to write them. I take the time to read them and respond. Thank you so much for that. And those who have questions in the comment section, I do get back to those as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement and interaction with me, you can find me in the Discord. The links are below in the description of this video. You can just click, if you can't see it, just click the more button. That will pop out. And I am in the Tribal Trades Discord. Unfortunately, that's closed, but there's an email address where you can get on the wait list for that when we will reopen that again. And then, of course, I'm in the Stocks with Josh Discord. I have my own Crown Traders channel there where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups, and, of course, entertainment, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? How can this crypto market not keep you up entertained? Bitcoin up 10% one day, down 12% the next. Let's jump into the news and see what on earth is going on. And of course, we have the tariff war that have started. That's really the big thing. It starts today on Mexico, Canada, China. There's been some retaliation already, I believe, from Canada. Mexico, I don't think has answered yet, and I think the expectation is China will retaliate. At some point, these trade wars will end and it will come to a resolution. But of course, BlackRock, another 910 Bitcoin, the outflows continue. And I did warn about this. You know, there's a couple of things, and I think it's a bit of a perfect storm. And the perfect storm is this. You have, first of all, the yellow brick road, all the market makers, all the highly leveraged longs and shorts just getting wiped out in that market. That money's getting pulled out of the market fast. Okay, the gambling side of leverage, highly leveraged longs and shorts with lots of money. Then you have, of course, the meme coin capitulation with the Libra token. You had the Bybit hack of 4 billion, or however many, 1.4 billion, and the Libra hack of 4 billion. And so now you've got the trade wars there as well. We also have the yen cash carry trade. In fact, I went back to a post that I made about that and a warning about that when that would happen. It seemed like everything was okay, but actually since that date, the markets, both the stock and the crypto, have been in pretty much in free fall. So that would have been a good one to bookmark there. And you can see, absolutely here, the carnage here, best day ever followed by the worst day ever, absolute carnage in the order books. And I think the issue around all of this, you have of course, all the sells that people have made from the ETF. 12 months later, they can sell and avoid the capital gains tax there from holding more than 12 months. And so, of course, they couldn't do that until January and February and March. And we're seeing that happen. People are starting to realize their capital gain. Remember, all of these who bought in these months here bought Bitcoin much lower than what it was, especially those who bought in January and February. Now, we might start to see some relief here in March, but will it be a relief rally for further capitulation and then it's over? Or are we actually going to see a proper relief rally and a new all-time high? And has Quinton put here, RIP crypto bull run 2nd of March 2025, and it may well be. The bull run may be over. And it's funny because people say, well, we haven't breached that level that you said it needs to breach before historically it's considered a bear market, and we will talk about that level again in the charts. No, but it doesn't mean that's just really confirmation. If we were to lose that level, that's generally been when the bull market has been over. So maybe the top really, if the 2nd of March 2025, the crypto bull run isn't over, then it was whenever Bitcoin put its all-time high in there at 109. And I don't think this has helped either. Really, I'm sorry to those who hold ADA, XRP, Sol, or any other altcoin that should never be added to the crypto reserve. It should have only been Bitcoin only. And I say that even with holding Solana. Really, I don't think, two coins with massively high supply, a third one that supply isn't capped, and Ethereum, a fourth one that is possibly in a bear market right now, doesn't just seem the best use of taxpayer dollars, okay, to prop up these flailing altcoins that really over the last 3, 4, some of them 6 years have not seen much upside until just recently, just the last month or so. I don't think that's enough to justify that, where Bitcoin has been the strongest performing asset class in the world over the last 10 or so years there. So very tough. And then you see today's analysis, US crypto reserve, we pump, and then China tariffs, down we come again. And again, there's very mixed feelings. The founder of Gemini Exchange says that XRP, Sol, and ADA are not suitable for a strategic crypto reserve. Only one digital asset in the world right now meets the bar, and that digital asset is Bitcoin. And look, I would say this, and Brian Armstrong from Coinbase said the same thing as well. I think there is a consensus across the board that I've read that most people in the industry and players in the industry don't agree with altcoins being in the strategic reserve. And I would have to agree with that. And I would also ask the question, would have it been better to not have any kind of strategic reserve at all, rather than have one that's just going to be filled with altcoins? And you think of the rest of the made in the USA list that we looked at yesterday as being possible coins that could be added. You do think, where do we stop? Do we stop at meme coins, or coins that people aren't even using anymore, or have little to no use case, or dead and dying off? There are concerns there for that as well. So it does ask the question. I want to ask the question for you today. Would it be better to have a reserve that has Bitcoin and a whole bunch of altcoins, or no reserve at all? In other words, Bitcoin reserve or no reserve at all. I'm going to lean towards that. I'm going to go with, I think it's either better to have a Bitcoin reserve or no reserve at all. I don't like seeing all those altcoins in there, and I'm not sure that that's, I don't think the market reacted very initially. I think there was a pump because everybody was jumping in because they knew those coins were pumped, and then they just took their profit and got out. It wasn't sustained, and it lasted less than a day. And so I think once the market had a chance to absorb that news, that they haven't been in favor. I'm just not seeing a lot of positivity across the board. And there you can see the RIP crypto bull run. Is it over? Is it over? We're going to look at the charts in a moment. And this was a great post by Quentin. He posted this before the capitulation happened. What if this is a bull trap? And what if we are actually here in the cycle complacency around this area, and we're about to capitulate further to the downside? And actually, just jumping back to that, I will bring up this here about ETH. By all measures, it's in a bear market. It's no longer correlated to Bitcoin the past year. And so, we're looking to add this to the strategic reserve, and it's just capitulating. It just make sense. And you've got Zach XBT, one of the big wallet sleuths out there. Ripple's Chris Larson address holding 7.18 billion XRP. Do we really want tax dollars to be his exit liquidity there? So I just have some issues there with that, and we haven't even gone into ADA and Solana there. I think I think it creates more problems than it does solutions. And I think the Bitcoin only strategic reserve would have been the play there. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. And obviously, again, yesterday I said, what was the line in the sand? When we got up, we needed to hold this 20 EMA on the weekly time frame, and we lost it. And I said, when we lost it, we would come back again. And here we are again. Hello, darkness, my old friend. And that's what we found, the darkness of the 200 EMA on the daily and the 200-day moving average, both getting tagged as exactly as I said would happen if we lost this level. Just like I said, leading up to losing this level for the first time, if we lost this level, we would come down to these areas. So twice I've given the warning, and twice that warning has played out, okay? Now, what is our next level down here? Obviously, we came even further down the other day to the 79,000 level. There is a Fibonacci level there at 79,800 and change. However, it's the 50 EMA on the weekly, the last dump in April and May of 2021. That's where it found its bottom. Yes, there are a couple of candles that went down underneath just for a couple of weeks there, but then rebounded, and we did not lose the 50-week moving average. Now, the concern also is these are coming up really close together. They are not far from each other here. This one's sitting at around 75,000, maybe a little bit lower. It may have dropped just a little bit there, but pretty close to that level. And we are not far away. These are too close together for me, and that's a concern, okay? In the last drop, they were further away from each other, and they are quite close. So that's a concern there, that if we were to drop down here, we could possibly, we lose this level, and historically the bull market is over. Now, could it be over already? It could be. It could be. If 109 ends up being the top, then the bull market top was in, and we're just realizing this on the way down. So two scenarios are either happening here. This is either similar to the April-May drop, dump, and we're going to keep going further and lose this 50-week moving average and go into a bear market, or this is just like the April-May dump, and we're going to not lose this level, and we're going to recover out of here and continue on and set a new all-time high. I want to know your thoughts. Is this like April-May 2021 drop, recover for a new all-time high like it did in November 2021, or is this, have we seen the cycle top, and has the cycle been completed early, or is this just a bunch of black swan events all together like I shared at the beginning of the show, and we are going to see a recovery here? I'd like to know your thoughts. At the moment, I'm going to stick in the recovery land. However, I'm not sure about a lot of altcoins. I think a lot of altcoins are in a bear market and already, and they're either finished or they'll never recover to their all-time high, and then some of them may recover and make a new all-time high in the next cycle. And then there are some altcoins here that will make a new all-time high in this cycle, if Bitcoin, of course, hasn't found a bear market. Let's look at the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And as you can see, there's a lot of liquidity up there at 95,000. We came down and we took out all that liquidity. What I warned about was all those billions and billions. I keep showing the 6-month chart because even though we've got these big, this is 126 million, for example, and I want to give some context to this. When we got there again, we've got 126 million up at the week at about that 95,000 level there. And we really do need to get above the 90,000 level to get back into the range. But really, for a bull market continuation, we need to get above 100K. That's just as simple as we get. But you can see up here, there's 172 million at 100K, 135, 108, 64, 70 million. These are all between 100 and 101 cases. A lot there. But jump down to the 6-month time frame here, and this is what I said the other day, and go down to 73,000, 3.38 billion, 3 billion at 74, 2.6 billion at 74.4. 74.7 is 854 million. That's like 8 in just one little liquidation hunt. And then at 75.378, there's 3 billion, and 2.5 billion at 76.598. So if I'm now, look, once we came up and we were over and went 95, I'm like, well, if I'm the market maker, do I really want to come down and get all that? I probably would have gone and got it already. And I think they were planning to. Maybe that's what happened. Their plan got interrupted, and the market maker's plan got interrupted with the news, and the pump just went FOMO. And now they're coming down to complete this plan. And where this plan includes just a continuation into a bear market, you can just see there's billions and billions of dollars all the way down to 63,000, 61,000, 58,000, 57, 2 billion. They could just keep going down there. 54,000. There is 3 billion down there as well. So there is a lot of money to the downside. Of course, that can be left behind and take off, make a new all-time high, bull market continuation, and they can come and get that in the bear market. But maybe we're going into the bear market now and we just don't realize it. So be very careful. And of course, until the next episode, happy trading, or I'll see you in the Discord.